We have a couple of stocks that we want you to know about in the aggressive growth category that have excellent earnings statistics. And that's what our aggressive growth stock strategist, Brian Bolan, tells us. And so we said, well, come on down and tell us more. Right? And so you took us up on that.
Exactly. I said, why not? That sounds like a good idea.
Earnings growth, actually, is what we're focused on these two stocks.
Right, and both of them have it, and have it in spades. You know, I think the one that we're going to start off here is Caesarstone.
Okay.
They make countertops. So, you know, the big question is this the new granite? You know, everyone has wanted granite countertops for the last, dozen years, probably even more. Mm-hmm. And now there's kind of that move to the next level of product, and that next level of product is the Caesarstone. It's an engineered stone that has a longer life than granite, and you don't have to do as much to it. You know, I guess with the granite countertops, you have to coat them every once in a while, or do you have granite countertops?
No, I'm still on Formica.
You're still Formica? Well, you know, it lasts long, you know.
Hey, it's okay for me.
Right, yeah. And the Caesarstone is supposedly, you know, it's warranted, you know, for 60 years, which should be more than enough time. So that's great. But the price is...
I don't know if I got 60 years left.
Yeah.
So that's another good reason not to switch.
I'm pretty sure I don't either, you know. At the rate I'm living anyway, 30 is going to be enough for me.
Who knows, yeah.
But the idea here is obviously that it's a good product, and it costs a lot. It's the high end of the market. It's not, you know, granite is expensive, and Formica would be cheaper if you did it that way today.
Right.
But Caesarstone is approximately $60 a square foot. Granite can be in the $20 to $25 range. So, there's some margin here for these guys, obviously, when you're talking about the higher end type product.
Yeah.
It's a Zacks #1 rank, and we see that because of the earnings estimates increase. And we can see here, when I've kind of moved up this chart, I used it last week as well. It shows how the estimates have moved over the last 90, 60, 30, and 7 days. And you can see for Caesarstone, the real move has been over the last 90 days. But it's a good size move on the annual basis here, both for this year and for next.
Okay.
If we take a look at the chart here, we can see the stock has performed quite nicely over time. And again, it's a #1 ranked stock, so we know things are looking up for it.
Okay. Then there's this wireless service provider, Ubiquiti Networks.
Right. Ubiquiti Networks makes the antennas and the devices that will spread out the internet to all those little devices that are running around. You know, your iPad, your phone, maybe those things that might come, you know, wristwatches that might start coming about where they're all connected to the internet. They're all going to need to connect to the internet, and we're not all going to do it from the Verizon or AT&T network. There's other opportunities out there, and these guys create those little hot spots. So there's big demand for this business, and there's been excellent earnings growth with this name. So here's the chart for the earnings growth, and you can see that, you know, not only has there been an increase, you know, from the 90, 60, 30 days, but even in the last 7 days, there's been increases. If you look at 2014, this fiscal year, that's why it's June is the end of their fiscal year. But you can see that there's been a 4-cent increase in the last 7 days for 14, and there's been a 5-cent increase for the following year, for fiscal year 15, which will end in 2014. So when you see that kind of consistent earnings momentum, earnings growth over these last 90 days, where the estimates are continuously moving up, you know you really have something. And if you take a look at the chart here on the stock, I mean it's gone nothing but straight up. I think it's even it's gone up about 100% since the middle of June. I would expect that this name continues to go higher from here because the estimates show no sign of slowing down. And at this time, especially in the cycle of how everything's going, you want to have a stock that is growing earnings, and it's clear that they're going to continue to grow earnings.
Okay, clear that you're passionate about those two stocks too, which we appreciate. Do you own either one?
I do not.
All right. Well, check out other stock picks and stock picking strategies on our website, Zacks.com. If you're not there already, get on over there. Check back daily because many of them change daily. With Brian, I'm Terry Ruffalo.